Jewish thinkers who understood that Birchas HaTorah wasn't a Birchas Shevach B'Hodah, simply a bracha of thanksgiving, which explains why it might be the only biblical bracha next to the bracha of Birchas HaMazon, etc. There are those who understood that it's actually a Birchas HaMitzvah. It's a bracha that relates to the performance of the mitzvah of Torah study, even though I believe the analysis is the same. In their view, there's an important question that the Bali Tosas asked. This is Tosas Masechet Brachos Yud Aleph on the base. You can look at it later. It's a little late, so I'm not going to read inside. I'll just paraphrase. If it's really true that the bracha that we make in Torah study is a bracha on the mitzvah of study, then why, when you end your initial study and you go off to work, assuming that's what's happening, and then you return, for Daf Yomi after Mincha? So you've been away, quite a time during in between. Why don't you have to make a separate bracha? When you go sit in the sukkah, you make a bracha, you eat there, then you leave, you come back, you want to eat another meal, you make another bracha. If you take off your tefillin and your talis, and it's a real hefsek, a real interruption, when you resume, you have to make another bracha. Why is it that when it comes to Torah study, you don't have to make another bracha? Well, according to the Ramban, who thinks it's a Birchas Shevach B'Hodah, it's really praise. And according to the Rambam, who formulates this in Hilchos Tefillah, probably because mostly he agrees with the Ramban, that this is praise and thanksgiving, a recognition that Torah study is the critical vehicle for our relationship with God. It's the source of our values. It's a way of touching transcendence. According to them, the answer is simple. It's not a bracha on the mitzvah. You have to say it once a day, but there's no concept of interruption. But according to the Tosafists, and according to the Gaon of Vilna, and many others, that it isn't bracha on the mitzvah, why don't you have to repeat the bracha each time? Bali Tosas explained two different answers, each of which is, again, part of our theme. The first one is that Torah study is incumbent upon us all day. Of course, we have other obligations. In practical fact, they take priority. The Torah itself wants us to be balanced individuals who are responsible members of the community, to do chesed, to have a parnasa. But at the same time, there's a constant obligation to study. Torah study, according to many, is the only mitzvah t'midus, constant, continuous mitzvah. And of course the question, therefore, there is no interruption, because even though you're not studying, you're always obligated. That's one answer. The second answer, the answer of the Rosh, another one of the Tosafists, is equally inspiring. He says, if one truly is involved in Torah study, and it impacts his life and his values, then there really is no interruption. He's osek b'Torah subliminally, even when he's actually not sitting down in front of the Daf Gemara or the Perush Rashi on Chumash, etc. By which he means that if a person is truly impacted by the Torah studies, and he truly sees it as Shemos Hashem, God's name, and the path to transcendence, then that individual becomes a different person. That's the huge benefit of Torah study. He becomes somebody with a purpose, somebody with a value system. If he's in business, then he has very definitive business ethics. If he interacts with people, he does it b'nachas u'mabrios, in a refined manner. So in some respects, his Torah study is never interrupted. Indeed, there are three brachos, going back to one of our first questions. Where do we find any mitzvah or any institution requires three different brachos? And why was the Talmud weighing which of the genres of Torah require a bracha, even though they concluded that all of them require it? But the answer to these questions is along exactly the same lines. The blessing on the Torah isn't just about a narrow performance of the mitzvah, and it's not only a thank you, again, in a most minimal kind of way. It's reflection, a personal reflection, and a daily personal recommitment to the total, ambitious, aspirational implications of Torah study. And therefore there are three different brachot to emphasize three different aspects. One is la'asok b'divrei Torah, referring to the mitzvah and referring to the fact that Torah study is a preoccupation, It's an immersive activity, one which redefines our persona and our values. Like the Rush said, it seems like you're not studying, but the impact of the study remains with you subliminally, defines who you are, and therefore there really is no interruption. Lasso b'divrei Torah. Such a perspective, the Harevna, is something which is not only pleasant, but it's something which allows for the continuity of each and every generation. Tzedzeinu v'tzetzei Amcha Yisrael, lomdei Torascha lishma. Again, referring to the Shem Hashem, the name of God. If you study and you do it in a manner which reflects the importance that you assign to it, then your entire family, your children, the next generation will not be able but to be excited and to be inspired. They see this is what matters to you, and it bubbles over in terms of the enthusiasm to them. That's the guarantee of Jewish continuity, as it has been. Lomdei Torascha lishma. Indeed, the Gemara says in Masechet Nedarim, at the bottom of this page 2, Mipnei ma ein mitzuyin Talmidei Chachamim lotzeis Talmidei Chachamim mibneihem. Gemara speaks about a tragic phenomenon. It sometimes happens. Great scholars whose children don't go in their footsteps. Here you have somebody whose commitment to Torah study on the deepest and most pervasive level. Why is that sometimes not transmitted to the next generation? And the Gemara says, if you go on the bottom, the last line, Ravina Amar, She'ein mevarchim b'Torah tefillah. The reason that they lose the next generation is that some Torah scholars don't understand. They understand the importance of Torah study, or they enjoy Torah study as an intellectual enterprise. It's fascinating, the give and take, the dialectic of the Talmud. But they don't understand the significance of Birchas HaTorah, of making a bracha on the Torah. And therefore they lose the next generation. What does that mean? The Ran explains, you have it in the text, but we'll leave it for another time to read. Not that they didn't make the bracha. It's not difficult to make these brachas. But they didn't fully contemplate and reflect on the significance of these brachas. In other words, the idea that Torah study isn't just something which is enjoyable, a good intellectual exercise, or informational, or behavioristically constructive. Much of Jewish law is just an amazing way to live. And certainly that's something that we like to promote.